Welcome to Sunday Dusk, and here's your host, Corvus Twig.
Oh God. You're right, Hasio. I need to update the thing. It's totally off. Oh God. Everyone's cheering for me even though it's good. No! Stop cheering! Stop cheering! I do not deserve these accolades! I do not deserve these accolades! I said I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Okay, we're done. Alright, so welcome everybody. It's December 10th? How is it already December 10th? Like Thanksgiving was like yesterday, wasn't it? When Thanksgiving like yesterday? I had turkey yesterday. Oh God, time's flying by so fast. I keep getting older, and time is like, it's already mid-December. You have to buy all your Christmas gifts, better get on that. And it's like, I don't have got my Christmas gifts. Oh God, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Welcome everybody. Welcome new friends and old friends alike. Everyone who is here. We got a wonderful show for you tonight. Because my guest is a Corvid. That makes some great guests. Because Corvid guests are the best guests. We know that. We know it's true. It's true. But we also, end of the year, we're going to be giving away a big award. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Oh, it's super exciting. And we got a great bird of the day. We got a great game to play. It's going to be so much fun. Remember, 10th of December. Okay, I don't think that's how the rhyme goes, Hasio, but it is what it is. It's good. We're gonna have some good time today. So, you know what I'm gonna say? We're just gonna hop right into it. Let's get to the news. Because we like news. News is good. Let's bring up the news PowerPoint. So, I didn't just go out the PowerPoint. I also need to bring up my notes. Because notes are important so that I can remember things. I like to remember things. Remembering things is important. So, news. So you ever used emojis? Well, I see you using emojis in chat right now. And it's what it is. I don't like the term emojis. I call them smileys. But emojis term now. I'm just going to have to deal with that. But, nose? What about nose? What are you talking about nose? The nose? Oh, the nose? Okay, I got you in there. Anyway, so emojis. Some people like emojis, but there's one kid, 10-year-old, who doesn't like the one of the emotes and is trying to get Apple to change it. And let's just see a picture. So this kid is trying to get Apple to change their nerdy emote. Because he says he looks too much like it. And all I can say is, look at this nerd. Look at this little kid nerd. Ha! No, okay, that's mean. He's a 10-year-old kid. But he does actually look a lot like it. He got the big front teeth, get the glasses. I mean, you're right there, kid. And so this is a Teddy Cuttle of Oxfordshire. He's an English fella. And he says that he's not a nerd. He says he's a cool kid. But he says that because the stereotypical appearance of the nerd emoji, he says people with glasses and big front teeth, oh, everyone assumes I'm a nerd. Well, everyone thinks this is horrible. It's like they're making people think we're nerds, and it's absolutely horrible, Teddy says. And, it's making him feel, it's making him feel upset, and he wants to change it. Well, sorry, Teddy. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Teddy's gonna get rid of this emote just because of you. It's just like, sorry, it's kind of a character we've given. You want to overcome that caricature? Just be cool, dude. Be a cool dude. I bet you can handle it. I bet you can overcome it. Play into it. Besides, nerd culture's cool these days. Come on, Teddy. Come on, be cool. Be cool, man. Just don't worry about trying to get people to change the emote. I'm not gonna think they're cool. If you act like you don't care, just let it roll off you and just be like, and just embrace it. And just embrace it. Look like, yeah, baby, that's me. Just embrace it, man. Just embrace it. You could be good. You could be good. Yeah, exactly. Flame Hyena. That's absolutely. Yeah, it's just. I think you can do it. But he started an online petition. Some people have signed it, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Sorry, just don't think it's going to happen. But good luck to you, kid. Hopefully, I hope nobody bullies this kiddo, because nobody should bully. Don't bully and pick on people. And I understand that he's getting bullied and picked on because he looks like it. But I think that's something to correct. Instead of changing the emote, I think it's just time to change the way that we treat others and not bully them. That's my opinion. And I don't know. I think there's a way to stop the bullying for looking like an emote, other than changing the emote. I think it's that's my opinion. Now my next story comes from space. We got a space story. Oh, first I'll just thank everybody at the end. Anyway, so this picture is from the International Space Station, and they had a little issue there. You see that little box that they're working at there, right above my leaf? Well, what they were doing there is growing tomatoes in space. Yeah, space maters. That alone is a cool story. But then something terrible happened. Happened back in April. They had been growing tomatoes, and they were harvesting some of them. And they lost one. Nobody knew where the tomato had gone. They had inventories of the tomato, but they couldn't find it. Where was it? I mean, you look at this place. Look how cluttered that place is. Of course, you're going to lose stuff in that clutter. Come on, tidy up. Tidy up, space station people. You need to get cleaned up. It's too dirty. It's too dirty. Clean up. Of course, you're losing tomatoes everywhere. Now, of course, members of the space station, they blamed somebody. And this is Frank Rubio pictured here. And Rubio was accused of having eaten it. They're like, you must have eaten it, Frank. You ate the tomato, Frank. And Frank's like, I did not eat the tomato. Well, Frank was exonerated because 8 months later, they found the tomato. The lost tomato that had been causing such strife and anger on the space station was found. And they said that they spent hours and hours looking for that thing. Now, they did find it. However, the astronauts did not reveal where the tomato was found or what its condition was. But due to the humidity on board, it was predicted that it would not be in good, proper tomato shape. And they're probably right about that. But the tomato was found. Frank was exonerated. And the long mystery of the missing tomato aboard the ISS has been solved. Hooray. Now, the next one also comes from high up above. But instead of going, up and away from Earth, we're going north. That's right, we're going north to the land of Canada for this next one. Now, you see, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, there was a beautiful building. Still is a beautiful building, but it needed to be relocated. And they had to figure out how to move this house without damaging it, or the surrounding area. And they found a way to do it, folks. What did they do? They used soap. That's right. They moved this house with soap. They put soap under the house to move it with soap. They ended up, it was like the building weighs 220 tons, and they had to move it across a steel frame for better movement, but they had to get it onto that frame, and in order to inch it and move it, what they ended up using was 700 bars of ivory soap. Normally they would use rollers, but for some reason they didn't. The bars of soap, they nice, smooth, and slippery. It was able to glide the building, and yeah, it's kind of amazing because their plan worked perfectly. With the help of a couple excavators and a tow truck, they were able to slide the house across all this soap, get it properly onto the metal structure, and will be put onto a new foundation here sometime soon. And I never would have thought that they actually use soap. You'd think that they'd have some other kind of like industrial lubricant or something that would be more purpose built for the process, but apparently soap. They used soap. But luckily, the historical house is going to be preserved and renovated and be a beautiful building to be shared by many people for many more years. So hooray! And hooray for soap. No word on how the house smelled afterwards. But I assume it probably smelled pretty good. Grease is just soap saturated with oil. Yeah, pretty much. And lastly, it is the holiday season. And we all have our favorite holidays. Maybe it's Christmas. Maybe it's Hanukkah. Maybe it's Kwanzaa. Maybe you're a real New Year's kind of person. But for some of us, the most wonderful of December holidays is Festivus. Well, one of the great traditions of Festivus is, of course, the airing of grievances. As, done by Jerry Stiller here, who played Frank Costanza. Yeah, Bentai knows it. But anyway, so Festivus is a holiday, and the airing of grievance is an important part of the holiday. Well, this year, the Tampa Bay Times has said that, do you have your Festivus grievances? Well, send them in to us. And on Festivus Day, the Tampa Bay Times will be doing a nice little display of all the grievances that people sent in, or at least the best ones. So if you want to get your grievances through, send on your thing to the Tampa Bay Times. They got a form on their website where you can fill it out and send it in. And your grievances could be published. So there's some pretty good ones in there. So yeah, the airing of grievances for everybody. So let us all gather around the Festivus poll and tell us what people are doing that are making you not so happy. So I want to thank all of my sources today. On this article, I want to thank Christopher Spada of the Tampa Bay Times for their article, Festivus, Share Your Complaints and Grievances for 2023. And the previous one, Sakshi Khandawal of BNN for the article, Historical Building in Halifax Successfully Relocated Using 700 Bars of Soap. And I'd like to thank Ben Hooper of UPI for the article, Lost Tomato Found Aboard International Space Station After 8 Months. And David Chui of People Magazine for their article, 10-Year-Old Boy Starts Petition to Change Nerd Emoji. I think people who wear glasses are cool. So there we go. That's... Oh, no, I didn't mean to exit the guy. Okay, you didn't see that. So that's the news. Let me get behind my desk now. All right. We are comfy. We are cozy. and we are ready to move on to the main segment of the show. Well, we got a guest today, and believe it or not, this is a crow who tells everybody to hydrate. A good dear friend who is a crow and wants people to drink their water. And so, of course, I'm talking about... No, it's not Kyoko. It's not Kyoko.
Drink some water.
Yeah, it's Bentai to make the Kyoko thing. But it's not Kyoko. It's another great crow friend of mine. Everybody, welcome to the show, Farmyard Crow! Welcome. They love you. I love you. Everyone loves you. It's great. All right, calm down, audience. Calm down. There we go. All right, well, welcome, Farmyard Crow. How you doing today?
As good as can be.
That's good.
I'm on a crow show with crows.
Crow show. Yes, we are all Corvids here today, baby. Woo! Oh, we love it.
Yeah,
we love
Bentai is an honorary Corvid. It's confirmed.
Yeah, Bentai's honorary. Very much. Yeah.
Crow, it's
ow. Sorry. This guy hit by a bunch of crows. They got inside. Who let them inside? I bet.
You did. I'm literally sat here, right here.
Well, no, I'm talking about the crows. Whatever. Someone activated tits, Unfortunately, it'd be nice if we
You let one crow in, you have to let all the crows in.
I don't have to let all the crows in. I mean, I need some crows to stay outside and keep watch. You never know if, an owl or a fox is going to show up.
Oh, yeah.
Ow! There's a Bentai again.
A Bentai?
Yeah. A Bentato, if you will.
Bentato. We love a Bentato.
We love a Bentato. Well, we got lots to ask you. Should we just hop right into the 13 questions?
Sure. Terrify me. Scare the hell out of me.
Oh, come on. These are easy questions. Mostly.
They
Mostly
are easy questions.
Also,
Also, pay no attention to the fact that I don't blink. Apparently, I have so much stage fright, my face is no longer react.
Actually, you don't seem to be animated at all.
That's the problem I seem to be having.
Yeah, it seems like you don't have any of your tracking going on. You're just sitting there breathing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know why. I was definitely moving earlier.
You were moving earlier, but it's like you lost webcam connection. Try getting your face nice close into the webcam and then away. That sometimes works for me.
Only realize this now. Because that's how things work.
It was working when you first came on, I think.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, we could just have you standing there creepy, breathing,
I'll just stare at you all, unblinking, unfazed,
you can keep trying to mess with
unmoving.
it, because, just keep messing with it. Maybe you'll get it working while you're talking. This is what we do. What we do.
Sometimes things break.
Oh, wait. Oh, your mouth is
There we
moving
go.
now. Yay!
Yay, I exist.
Yay!
Woo!
Far less creepy than before. All right.
I mean, I can still just stare unblinking at you.
Yes. Stare time.
Okay, I need to blink.
Okay, yeah, that's too much dead air. It's too much dead air. All right.
Blink.
Okay. Well, we want to get to know a little bit more about you. So, you're a streamer. So, describe yourself as a VTuber. What's your lore? What's your stream style? What are your goals?
Lore is I'm just a lovely crow familiar. I was summoned one day and just told, there you go, farm that. Grow me stuff. Need herbs. Do that.
Now, as a farmyard crow, how do you feel about scarecrows?
Terrified. Absolutely horrific creatures should not be allowed anywhere near a farm.
Okay.
In any of their many forms.
Even like the cute ones with the happy pumpkin heads?
Especially the cute ones with the happy pumpkin heads. You never trust a pumpkin head. You never know what they're thinking.
Scary.
I felt real brave last Halloween and I even dressed as one. Regretted it. Was not a good decision.
What about the Batman villain?
Strangely, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
He isn't perched on a stick and therefore is fine.
Ah, it's stick perching. Got it.
Apparently so.
Cool. And when you stream, what do you do?
That is a question. I am unaware of what I do. I do whatever I feel like.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Sometimes I
people
play
do.
cozy games, sometimes I play chaotic games, sometimes I play games with friends. I honestly just do whatever I feel like doing that particular day.
It's not a bad way to do it. Makes you
No,
have more
just
fun
have
doing
fun.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Do what you have fun doing, and don't do it if you're not enjoying it.
Absolutely. And so is that kind of what you would say your goal is, to just have fun?
Yep. I started this because friends were doing it and it seemed fun, and I'll continue doing it as long as it continues to be fun.
I mean, honestly, that's one of the best goals you can have with streaming, because it's going to be real hard to disappoint yourself.
Oh yeah, at this point, anything past this point is, what's the expression? Everything past this point is gravy.
Gravy. I
Yeah.
like gravy.
Yeah, now I want gravy.
Delicious, delicious gravy. Yum,
But
yum,
yeah,
yum,
I
yum.
started never even really thinking I'd make affiliate, and I've been affiliate for a while now. I actually have subscribers I don't know. I've people follow and watch me, and that's weird to me.
I know,
Like,
right? It's like,
why are you all here?
I
Like,
got
I don't get it.
look.
But I'm happy that everyone's here.
Hey, you're a charming, friendly individual. I mean,
I
that's all
try.
it takes sometimes. People just kind of, it's like, you're good company, and watching somebody stream is being in their company, kind of. So
Yeah, well, that was like my other goal. Is I have to constantly intake sounds due to tinnitus and all sorts. So I always have someone stream if I can. Sometimes there aren't people streaming. Have someone stream on as like sound, and I just want it to be nice background sound for people.
yeah, these cozy streams are always good to just have on. Absolutely, lovely. Well, you said you like to do stuff with friends, but what about maybe somebody who's not a friend? Somebody who maybe it's a parasocial relationship right at this point, but if you could collaborate with any streamer, who would it be, and what would you play or do?
I don't know how to answer this because the only people I had on my like list of like I'd really like to collab with this person and haven't, I did recently. So anyone and everything.
Really? So you don't have any desire to stream with any of the real big corporate ones? It's just,
I don't even know any of the big corporate ones.
wow. Well, that's kind of nice. So
I know if I see some of them, I recognize them. I couldn't tell you their names.
uh-oh, the Quizlator's all
That's about
about
it.
VTubers. No, I'm kidding. Stop.
Yeah, I see pictures of them every now and again of people posting. I'm like, okay, I think that's another VTuber, a larger one. That's all I know. I don't know anything.
All right, I'll just write down Galgura, and we'll just be good there.
Oh,
Surely
is
even
that the
you know.
shark one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the extent of my knowledge. You
That's
got
the
me
shark.
there. That is
the
all I
shark
know.
one. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Unusual that I have a guest who doesn't really watch, but I suppose you do watch. Yeah, you watch streams of friends. But honestly, I think that's the way
Yeah.
to go, because your friends
Well-
will interact with you. Whereas like, Gore will never read a thing I say unless I pay like a shitload of money for a super chat. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so before I started streaming, like years before I started streaming, I had friends who streamed, and they're at a point now where they are quite a bit larger than me. And I try going into their chats every now and again, and I can't be there. There's too much going on. I can't. It goes too quickly. I can't read it, and that doesn't seem like fun to me. I want to actually be able to interact with chat.
Yeah. I find that person's got like 10 to 30 people in chat.
Yeah, I like going into a chat and someone being like, "Oh, hi, Farmyard," and like having a just a little chat with me and like, "How was this? You talked about this last time." Like, that's great. I love that.
Yeah. Makes
I
ya-
show up at chats now and people are like, "Oh God, I'm gonna be asked to hydrate."
Screw parasocial relationships. You just want social relationships.
Yeah, I'm a very social person.
Yeah, I like it. That's good. You know what?
If I can make you my friend, I will.
It's an unconventional answer to this question, but it's a good one, and I like it, and it's you, and that's why we do it. Awesome. All right. So you say you play games. So what game has the most hours played on any of your devices?
Without checking, I'm just gonna guess it's RimWorld. That game has a hold on me, and I don't know if I like it.
I have not played that one.
Don't.
What, is this like a League of Legends situation where it's like a game that you can't stop playing even though everyone says it's shit?
No, it's an honestly good game. It's made by like one person, I believe. Maybe there's more now, but originally it was one person, and it's a great game. But if you like it, it's addictive.
Addictive game.
If you don't like it, you won't like it, and you'll never think about it ever again. But like, it's got a great modding community. So even if you start to get bored of it, it's like, well, I'm just gonna mod it to now have Star Wars.
We do like Star Wars. Got your Star Wars in my game.
It's just like a very like nice chaotic game. Like if you don't know about it, like you can, it's like you have a group of people and you have to survive on a planet. But you can do it in very, very different ways. You can turn them all into cannibal cultists. You can make them all really rich and posh. It's just a nice game. It's got like a lot of randomness to it. So every now and again, it'll just be like, oh, this person proposed to that person, and now they're married. Deal with it.
And making babies. Oh god, now they're making a baby every 3 hours. Oh god, the entire island's being filled with babies.
The last time I played, that did start happening, and I did actually start going around like, you can't have babies anymore. I'm just going to operate on you. Please just agree. I have too many babies and not enough food. Please stop. Please cease.
We must stop the influx of babies. Well, I like that. You know, a game like that can be modded, and you can keep having like the same base game, but keep adding to it.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I
recommend everyone try it out if they can, but also, I warned. You have been warned.
I have been warned. All right, this is a travel question. What's the favorite place you've ever visited? And also, what's a place you've never been to but would like to go?
Favorite? I've been to a lot of places.
Been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo.
Would you rather the mushy answer or the traveling answer?
I mean, what do you prefer? It's your favorite place.
I'm a person who doesn't have favorites anything. I don't even have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite animal. I don't do favorites. I don't have them.
Well, we're gonna be asking some more favorite questions here.
I'm,
so you better
I'm
come up
aware.
with something, buddy.
I'm gonna say like a mushy answer is a Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah. I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in a wooden cabin, like a beautiful wooden cabin in some beautiful woodlands with my partner, and it was... I'd go back there today if I could. I'd bankrupt myself to go there another week.
I mean, that does sound lovely. A nice cabin in the woods in Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's geographically a very beautiful state. But come on, at least
honestly,
go to Dollywood if you're going to go back.
Yeah, if I go back, I'd like to actually go. We didn't do, like, we just spent, because it was also my first time meeting my partner in person. So we just hang out in this cabin and went for walks, and it was lovely. So I don't know if it's my favorite place or I just had the nicest time there because of who I was with, but I'd go back there in a heartbeat.
Hey, having people that you care about and happy memories with them, that absolutely is what makes a place great.
Exactly. Places I haven't been, I feel like it's probably the answer you will get the most is Japan.
Yeah, we get that a lot, but hey, it's an
everyone
acceptable
wants to go
answer.
to Japan.
Japan's cool.
It's a country filled with culture and really cool stuff. And I just want to go to the temple where the deer bow and you give them little treats.
I do like deer temples and giving deer little treats.
I just want to give everyone a little treat.
Just
a little treat.
Just want a little treat. I like treats. Give me a treat. I like treat.
I would 100% give you a treat.
Yay! Someone's just gonna throw a peanut at me now.
Someone.
But yeah, cool. Japan.
I just like
so
peanuts
is that like in northern Japan, like in the Hokkaido region? Is that more of a or?
I'm undecisive on which part. There's too much. I've never gone to any country in Asia, and there's such variation in culture and stuff to do that I can't narrow it down yet. If I try and narrow it down, I'll just be sad that I'm not going.
Yeah. Beautiful area of the world. Yeah, I'd like to
go
there
is.
sometime too.
I
Nara
hope you
is
do.
south of Kyoto. Okay. Didn't know that the deer.
Oh, the deer temple is.
Deer place is in Nara. Didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry. If you were just asking which part you want to go to, not where the temple was.
Nara. Yeah. Cool. Now here's a cool one. I think I learned a lot about the person with this one. But if you could be instantly talented at any skill, what would it be?
None.
None? You don't want to be good at anything?
I mean, I want to be good, but like, I feel like a part of the journey is getting good. Because like, if you are an artist, how many conversations do you have with another artist when you're like, oh yeah, this is my early work. It's stick figures. It's trash. Don't even look at it. Like, getting good and practicing is the thing. I consider myself a jack of all trades and master. I have so many hobbies and so many things I do, but I am not master at any of them. And it's nice. I always have things to talk about and crafts that I can do and talk to people about. But if you're just great at it, then where'd you go from there?
What
Once
if
you're
it
at the
was
top,
something
where'd you
like,
go?
what if it was like always being able to insert a USB device the correct way every time?
Okay, no, I might take that one. I'll be honest, I might also take I'm horrible at learning languages, so I might just take any language.
I mean, you would be. I mean, other people have said just like to be able to speak this language, to just be able to instantly speak another language. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a skill.
like
a
that's
linguistic.
me. I'm already bilingual, and I'd like to be trilingual. Because why not?
Yeah, just be like.
No idea which language. Just spin a wheel, and whichever one I get.
You have gotten Sentinelese.
That's fine.
You'd be the only
Don't
person
even-
able to know it because it's it's a language spoken by one small tribe on the Sentinel Islands that are like one of the only uncontacted tribes left in the world.
Oh, it's that tribe. Like the
Yeah.
one when anyone tries to go, they're like, leave, get out. And
There's
then
been a
less
couple
verbal way and a more throwing spears at you way.
Yeah, there's been a couple peaceful encounters with them, but for the most part, it doesn't end well for the people who go there.
Yeah. I like that place exists. I hope it continues to exist like that.
Yeah,
I like
I-
that it's just untouched. It's nice.
Yeah, I hope the people there continue to thrive with their way of life.
Yeah.
That's what we can hope for.
I also like to see, like, this is me being a little bit like, not probably, I don't know the word. I'd like to see it in like 300, 500 years to see if it has developed in a different way, but like out of our society.
Yeah, it's really hard to know. I
Because
don't
they
know if
are-
their culture is
there you go.
one that, like, if they intentionally don't try to develop things, if, like, sticking to traditions is part of their culture. And I mean, we just don't know. You don't know what they're like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, will they stay the same in like 500 years, or will they have slowly developed and become more quote unquote civilized, as I think the government would put it?
I mean,
It's a-
yeah, I hate
And
the
then
word.
if they do,
yeah, I know you're not trying to use it in a
No.
derogatory term. It's just like, yeah, I kind of hate that because it's like, we're so much more civilized. Well, are we as a whole happier? Or do we have a better, it's like,
civilized is one of the words that, like, it opens more questions than it answers, in my opinion. But it was the only word I can think of. I'd like, it'd be nice to see how they develop outside of like any contact with the rest of the world.
yeah, it would be. But we may never know. But
We'll
I have a
never
feeling
know.
somebody's going to screw it up at some point.
Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I don't even question it. Someone's going to. I don't want to know who. I don't want to know how. I just want to hope it doesn't happen soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I also hope that climate change doesn't affect them too much.
Oh god, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's a fairly large island, but like that I don't want to imagine them having like resource issues. But it doesn't take much to knock a small settlement on its ass.
It's more like
They've been around a while, so
well, it's more like cultural changes change the vegetation and animal life that they're able to live off of. But yeah.
well, that's what I mean, like a small little thing, like, oh, this animal is now rare, so that animal can't feed, so they haven't got food. Life is a balance, and I do not want to be the one balancing it.
Hasio saying, "Go away with your made-up languages, Bentai." Hasio, all languages are made up. Every single one of them was made up at some point.
Literally, as someone who's like, my first language I constantly get told is me speaking gibberish. All languages are made up.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever seen like the Welsh alphabet, people do not believe it's an actual alphabet.
No. Then Welsh is basically they just scrabble letters out of a box and arrange them and say that's our town.
Yeah, it's not even like some of our letters are 2 letters.
I never liked that. It's like, okay, come on.
I don't like that. I'll be honest
We have
with you.
CH, which makes the ch sound. It doesn't make CH one letter.
Yeah. Well, that's like, that's it in English. If you put CH next to each other in English, it's the chut sound. If you do that in Welsh, it's like, and it's one letter. It's not a sound. That is the letter, and that is the sound it makes.
Now, frankly, I think we should my opinion is the letter C should be exclusively used without the H for all ch sounds, because soft C's can be filled in with the letter S, and hard C's can be filled in with the letter K. We don't need a letter that does the functions of two different letters.
Yeah.
So just have C be, so like chair would be spelled like CH, instead of CH it would just be CARE. But then that would look like care, but then we would spell that KARE. Of course, then, we don't need a, like, I would completely rework the English language how we do it. It's like, we don't need to have,
Please, that language is already confusing for me. Don't rework it.
I know. We don't need silent letters. One phoneme per letter, please.
What the hell are silent? Who invented silent letters? Let's put a letter in there that no one will know about. Why? Who put that there?
And like some
Those took me like 3 years to learn, and I still don't really get them.
And like some languages, like, have the letter X make the sh sound. Chinese is a good example. So, well, why do we need the SH then? Maybe we should just have the X be the sh sound. And then the other times where we use the letter X, well, then you just do KS because it's already there. But no, we're like, this letter's pronounced this way, except when it's pronounced this way. And also, this letter makes the same sound as these two letters, but it's nonsense.
Language is stupid. We should all just communicate with pictures and charades.
Now, of course, Bentai brought up Esperanto, which is a completely logically based system in terms of pronunciation and lettering, and makes all sense. And nobody liked it. We don't use it anymore. It's just
See, I feel like this is why I struggle with English, because Welsh is the most phonetic language you will ever come across. If it sounds like that, it's spelt like that.
I mean, Japanese is very
silent letters. Yeah, there are like a few, but Welsh is the best example I know of. Probably because it's the one I speak. And I can't get my head around a lot of English, like the CH making a different sound, and silent. I can't. It boggles my brain to this day.
It's dumb, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it at this point. Too many people speak it. Too ingrained in our culture.
I reckon if we get a big enough knife, we could change some minds. We could do it.
It's gonna need to be a really big knife. A really, really big knife.
We've got a lot of crows. We can carry it.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know what we do with it, but just be vaguely threatening.
Look, if Canuck can become famous by holding a knife in his mouth, so can we.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Canuck, because you're almost certainly dead now.
Your lifespan was not that long.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What's the biggest thing that you geek out about?
I had to think about that. RPG systems.
Like Dungeons and Dragons type RPG systems? Yeah.
Just just role playing in general, if I'm honest. I used to go to LARPs. I used to do text-based role playing, and any chance I'm given, I'll run a D&D or a tabletop RPG game.
Very nice.
It's not an addiction, I promise. I can stop whenever I want.
Do you have a particular favorite system, or one that you think at least does something unique and fun?
No, not really. I mean, I play more D&D than anything, but I feel like that's because everyone knows it, and it's such a good starting point, and it's not... So far as rules goes, it's fairly simple, so everyone plays it.
Yeah, I mean, it is the one everybody knows. It's hard to get people to play. It's like, I didn't try this system. I don't know what that is. I only know D&D. Okay.
Well, that's it. I play with a lot of people who have now got to play other systems, because I got they started playing D&D, they wanted to play D&D, and now that they've kind of learned D&D and have more confidence in RPGs in general, I'm like, well, what about this system? You said you wanted to be weird, very fancy vampires? That's what this system lets you do. You just have to learn different rules.
And none of the games I've ever played have rules that are that complex.
Yeah, I think that's what makes my players willing to do it, because even if the rules are complex, if something is too complex, I'll simplify it. I don't want complicated rules. I just want to make funny little stories with my friends.
Yeah.
If something's complicated, I'll throw it in the bin. I don't want that.
But I mean, complicated can be good, but it depends on how complicated it is.
That's what you want.
You want to have a system that's simple to play but has tons of options. Yes.
But that's why I think a lot of people like D&D, because it's simple to play, but you can go any which way you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people who want gritty systems where you have to look at a table for 5 minutes to figure out how something plays out. Meanwhile, me and my players kind of just prefer like throw your hands up in the air and like, sure, it works. That's what happens. Is it what's meant to happen? No, but it looks cool, so we did it.
Ah, that's the rule of cool, you know?
Yes. The
As a
ultimate
DM,
rule.
you should always be like, does this make sense? No. Is it cool? Then we're doing it.
Yeah, you kind of look at everything. Okay, everything rule-wise says you shouldn't be able to do this, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, a good
So it
example, I
works.
had one game we played where they were trying to siege a castle.
Mm.
And they didn't have a lot of tools at their disposal, and they didn't have a lot of time either. What they did is they got a Tensor's floating disc, and then they started cutting into a tree, and as they would cut into it, they would slide the Tensor's floating disc into the cut, so that when they got to the end of the cut, the tree was resting on top of the Tensor's floating disc. Then they climbed the tree and had the Tensor's floating disc slowly move the tree towards it, and then it'd be on the upper branches, and they jumped off of
Yeah.
it onto the castle. Now, would
I'll
that
admit,
actually work?
I love it.
No. Physics would cause that tree to fall over immediately. But I don't
Oh,
care,
yeah.
because it was a fun
That's
idea.
fun.
That was awesome.
Like, I just like the idea of like whoever was actually in that fort, bandits, whoever, just went like, that tree coming closer. No, Derek, don't be
There's
stupid.
people in that tree.
Trees don't move. I swear that tree's closer. Don't be stupid. Trees don't move, Derek. Okay. And then 5 minutes later, they're all dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that's why I like it, because one of the last games I played with some of my friends, they were trying to get into a bandit camp. They could have tried to kick down the door. They decided no, that's not going to work. They had a cart. They had a bunch of food. They put the bunch of food on the cart and hid two of the party members under it, and got robbed. They Trojan horsed into a cart of food. No, sorry, they drove up there pretending they didn't know it was a bandit camp and tried to sell them food and pretending it was a food delivery. They pretended to be Uber Eats, essentially, and just showed up with food and had the bandits take it in. And it's just stupid little ideas that, like, shouldn't work. Really shouldn't work. But it's just so much more fun if you let it happen.
I like that. It's just like, they're going to want to steal from us, so let's basically, I guess it's a honeypot, you would call it, or something?
Yeah, it's like a little Trojan horse.
Yeah.
You want the food, you took the cart full of food, not realizing that, like, the box on the bottom was filled with two small people.
Yay!
Who killed you and then opened the front door.
Yay! Ah, I like it. Yeah, RPGs just, they're so great because you have so
They
much
are fun.
potential for storytelling, but the mechanics are fun too. I like good mechanics.
Yeah, like, you need mechanics. That's the entire point of it being a game and needing a DM. Like, if you don't want mechanics, you can just text-based roleplay. And that's also fun. It's just a different type of fun.
Exactly.
Find your niche. Some games have a lot of rules, some games have no rules. There's that one game that you don't roll any dice, but anytime you want to do something, you pull a little Jenga block out.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's fun.
So when the tire falls, you die.
Jenga. Reminds me, there's a supplemental device you can buy that's meant for a different board game that makes Jenga much, much better. And that device is a chess clock. You play a game of
actually,
Jenga,
yeah.
and you give each person like 90 seconds, and you one-on-one Jenga. Go. And so you got to play Jenga, and if you topple the tower or run out of time, you lose. And having that time element, oh, it's so exciting. Games only last 3 minutes, and yeah, it's great.
At my family growing up, that's how we played it. We had a little, like, 30-second egg timer. I don't know where we got it from, what board game we took it from. But when we played Jenga, we played with that. So it's like, as soon as you were ready for your turn, like, we weren't going to, like, start turn it immediately. You might be getting a drink or something. But as soon as you were, like, sat down ready to play, we turn it, like, there you go, 30 seconds. Take a block or lose.
Nice.
And it makes it far more just, like, tense. So you're not just, like, carefully just tapping something. Like, come on, fucking hurry.
Yeah, it gets rid of the people that are, like, slowly tapping every block to find a loose one. It's like, nope. There's
I won't
rule
tap
variants
every
where
block.
if you touch a block, you must take that block.
Oh, yeah. That's another way of doing it, because I'll admit, like, I won't tap every block to find a loose one. Once I pick the block with my eye, that's the one I'm going for. But I will take my sweet-ass time slowly tapping and pulling and nudging it out.
Heh.
If I'm not given a timer. Hence why I like the 30-second timer rule. It stops me. I'm the menace.
You know, it's kind of interesting. One of the things that makes Jenga work is that it is made out of wood, And so even though they're cut to the same specifications, each block is slightly different.
Yeah,
and because
or it
of that,
wouldn't
that's
work.
why some blocks are loose and some blocks are not. So
Because if
what
they were
would-
like attached to the atom, you wouldn't be able to push them out because everything would be attached because it's also a granular substance.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like,
kinda
what
grip.
if you had, like, an expertly, like, machine-cut pieces of metal that were the same size as a Jenga block, but every one of them was cut to, like, the exact same size, down to, like, the highest precision that we can do right now with machine cutting. And, like, what would
I
playing
mean,
Jenga with something like that be like?
if it was like down to like the atomic level, I feel like every piece you push, every piece attached to it would also move. Like not the same amount because falls loses, but for like say every centimeter you move that block, every block attached to it would also move like half a centimeter. Even like the ones above and below it, I feel.
Yeah, you're right. There'd probably be a significant amount more friction. Yeah, it'd
'Cause
just
the
be
friction,
interesting to
yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like gauge blocks, Hasio. Yeah. It'd be
I imagine
interest-
someone's done that and then like immediately just didn't do anything with it because like wow, this was just not entertaining.
Yeah, and there's a
wasn't
reason
fun.
regular Jenga works great. I also like the giant Jenga sets that you see at like brew pubs and stuff. Those are fun.
We had one of those growing because my family likes to throw big field parties. We just threw parties in a field. So we'd like to entertain the kids. We'd made checkers and Jenga and a very few simple board games just out of big pieces of wood.
Nice.
And it's very fun playing Jenga when it's the same size as you. It adds an element.
Now the real key to do full size is Battleship, and you build like a giant wall, and you launch like water balloons over the wall, and these people standing there, and you gotta hit the other.
I've never considered that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to trust the person on the other side not to just move, which I feel like as kids would.
You know,
happen
honestly, that
constantly.
moving would be fine.
But,
I
like,
suppose not.
yeah.
Like moving after each shot, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
no,
if
you have to
like you
stand.
can play it 1-on-1, but like you can only move. Kind of like weird, like blind man. Like you just have this thing where you can't see, and like okay, I've moved. Like okay, you can hear vaguely where they are, and you just have to kind of blindly throw.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus, water balloons are always fun.
Indeed. All right. So, well, I feel like we probably just covered this one because what's your favorite activity that's nothing to do with streaming or video games? Let me guess. Tabletop RPGs.
Probably not. No, I like going for walks.
Going for what? Oh. Got
I
some
am
nice countryside. Got some beautiful lands.
Weirdly, golden retriever person. Apparently, all I do is go for walks.
Wait. Are you when you say golden retriever person, does that mean that you are like a golden retriever or that you also have a golden retriever and you love them?
I'm like one. I do love them. I do not have one.
Okay.
I want treats. I want head pats, and I want to go for walks. And I
Hmm.
do very often get the zoomies.
Do you do some good bird watching while you're out there?
I feed them.
You feed
I don't
them?
really know much about birds.
Ow.
Yeah, like that. Exactly like
know.
that. I grab a peanut and just aggressively throw it at the nearest bird.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just like a lot of times is like with birds, like I want to toss them some food, but the act of tossing them the food scares them away.
Terrifies them.
I'm like, no, just leave it. It's nice. Just taste
When I
it."
go for walks, I either go for like a distance walk or what I call like a trash picking walk. Or I'll go with like a bin bag and a litter picker, and I'll just pick up all the trash I can until the bin bag's full, and then come back.
Wow, that's really nice of you to do. Keeping your area clean. That's really altruistic. I like that. Oh my gosh.
I like where I live, and I want to keep it pretty.
You are so goddamn wholesome. You know that?
Well, I live in like I'm surrounded by nature like places. There's even like a town. The town I'm attached to has a very big community of retired people who have been given like many pots of land by the government. It's like put flowers there, and they're constantly there. But I don't like going for walks with people because I walk quickly and I like listening to my music. So I don't like taking part in any of their stuff. So I just go with a bin bag and a litter picker.
Well, that's
And it's
really
great
nice.
because since I've only lived where I've lived now for about 3 years, and I visibly see it's much cleaner now.
Well, what I'm hearing from you is that old people like to litter.
Oh no, they don't. They don't let it. Like they go around planting flowers and like they make everything really pretty, but then trash just blows there. So I'll go around picking
From
out.
where? From London? Is
Yes.
London's garbage blowing all
Yes,
the
it's
way
London.
across the country over there?
No, it just it blows everywhere. Trash is horrible.
Yeah.
That's why like people are like, oh, it's just one piece of litter. Like, yeah, no, that's gonna blow somewhere else, and it all gets caught in one place.
It's just one piece of litter. 10 million people
I've had people come out of their houses before to ask what I'm doing because I'm. Some people have like really small front gardens where you could reach from the wall and touch their front door. But like all the trash collects there. So I'll just be there with my little picker picking up all the trash that's blown into the garden. All they see is me fucking around in their garden, like I'm just picking up trash. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're very happy for me to do it.
Are you in my garden?
Yeah, basically. Because all they see through their window is someone like leaning into their garden. So they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's this crow doing in
trash.
the garden?
I need your trash. Give me your trash. There's some shiny trinkets in there, I promise.
Yay, shinies. Well, that's really great. I'm really glad you do that. That's wonderful.
The other thing I do, which is on the opposite side, is I'll go with a little bag that has a bunch of like seed bombs and plant them.
Ah.
And just plant a bunch of flowers in places and stuff and feed all the birds.
Meanwhile, I just take the trash out from my kitchen and I just walk around the neighborhood tossing pieces of it everywhere.
That's where it all comes from.
Yeah, it was me. It was me all along. No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually do that.
I did used to have a reputation. I don't have this anymore. I think it's like I've stopped doing it long enough that I think it's kind of been forgotten about. But kids in my local area used to refer to not me directly because they never knew it was me as a cryptid. Because I also used to go around into like the local woodlands and like leave little shrines. Like I'd make little bone chimes and just leave them hanging places.
Ooh, spooky.
And just make a little like wind chime out of like shiny like pieces of trash that I'd found. And
That's
like
kinda
I know
cool.
either all decomposable or I'd go back and collect it much later. But I always used to do it like slightly off the beaten path, and when no one could see me do it. So every now and again I'd go for a walk and I'd hear like a dad and like a child and something walking, and then the child would be ecstatic that they'd found a fairy shrine, or they'd just claim that goblins lived in the woods. I'm like, yes, definitely not just me.
This is how stories of cryptids get started, baby. I love it.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's awesome. Dude, it's so cool. It's so cool. I'm loving this. This is so great. I want to start doing that
Make your
stuff
outside
now.
interesting. Make it pretty, make it no trash, and make kids have a weird fascination with elves.
Yeah. Need more elves.
Always more.
All right. Next question is, what is your favorite holiday and how do you celebrate?
A tie between Halloween and Christmas. Very opposite aesthetics.
Not entirely. I mean, I do have a 12-foot skeleton wearing a Santa hat and tinsel right now.
I feel like I love that.
And I got an inflatable
Maybe that's what
Krampus.
I do now.
I mean, Krampus is kind of a cross.
Okay, your house is decorated coolly.
And
I
one
like
of the
your
most famous
house.
Christmas stories is all about ghosts visiting a guy at night, you know?
Okay, you've changed my mind.
Yeah.
I feel like next year I just don't take away my Halloween decorations and just put Christmas hats on them.
We need some spookier, some more spooky Christmas.
My Christmas is fairly spooky because I go around dressed like a dead horse.
Cool. I've seen those costumes. I like them.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the main thing about Welsh culture. I think anyone knows at this point is the fucking rap battle horse, like
beautiful.
the Merry Luid, just going around having a poetry battle with you, and if you lose, you have to give them all your food.
I like it. I like it.
Not many people around here do it, so like I have a little sign-up sheet that I put in public places. So I'll go around, yeah, and I don't actually take that. I take donations for homeless and shelters, but in the guise of like, I'm the horse spirit, give me your food.
I am the
Rap battle me or give me your damn food.
all your food.
Admittedly, it's a good thing they've signed up for it because I'm not good at rhyming on the spot, and that's the entire gimmick of that horse.
I mean, yeah, being able to improvise rhymes is kind of an important skill if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
I'm good at that.
There you go. Do you wanna be Mary Lou for a year? Just go around with a horse skull on your head and ask for food.
I think I kind of do. I kind
There you
of
go. Do it.
You can
Just
do
do
it.
it. It's great.
Do it.
You get little bells. You put little like flowers there. It's great. Get a lot of weird looks.
Now,
and
what
terrify
happens
some
if...
kids.
Okay, so if you beat them, they got to give you their food. But what about the opposite? What
If they beat me, I leave.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. If I manage to if Mary Lou manages to out poetry you, you have to let them into your house and they will eat all your food and drink all your beer. If you manage to out poetry them, they'll leave.
So
The poetry battle carries
basically,
on until someone wins.
it's basically you're just going around mugging people, and
Yes, but you
yeah,
pretend it's poetry.
yeah, okay, this is a little less wholesome than I initially thought.
Honestly, officer, I didn't mug them. It was a poetry raffle.
Honestly, it should be like, I beat you, you got to give me your food. You beat me, I leave, but also give you a valuable trinket or something. You know.
I give you the experience of seeing.
I demand a
weird undead
trinket.
Horse.
Trinket.
Maybe that's what I should do next time. Like this year, I'll make like little like cheap candies. So because normally it's houses with kids.
Or even just get like a bunch of like fake coins. Just be like, you get the
Yeah, just get like chocolate coins.
Yes, coin.
If you win, I'll give you some chocolate coins.
Yeah.
If you lose, I'll probably also give you chocolate coins because I just like giving trinkets and treats to people.
Yeah, trinkets and treats. That's what people
Trinkets
need.
and treats.
Trinkets and treats.
You're gonna get
as a crow,
treat. As a treat.
I very much like trinkets and treats.
You are a treat.
I am. Thank you for recognizing that.
You're not a trinket, but you're definitely a treat.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So this
I
one,
don't think living things can be trinkets.
This is my most philosophical question.
Oh lord.
Of all the things that somebody could possibly know in the universe, what's something that you wish you really understood?
The English language. No, I honestly don't know. Because like all the really deep questions I feel like are best left unanswered.
Many of them are, yes.
Like the true meaning of life. Like if there is a meaning to life, don't want to know it.
I don't think
is there God? Don't want to know it.
I don't think there is a definitive answer to the meaning of life because I feel like each individual must come up with their own meaning.
Yeah,
meaningful changes.
That's kind of what I agree with.
Yeah.
But it's like, is there an afterlife? I don't want to know that. I'd rather just live in blissful ignorance. Thank you very much. Everyone believe what they want to believe. I don't want to know an answer. So it's like,
are there any great mysteries of the world that you wish?
Yeah, that's what I'm currently considering. Like, is there anything like that's happened in the past I would just like to know and no one knows? Who was Jack the Ripper? You know?
Yeah, that'd be
just things we're never going to be. Just things like we're never going to be certain of.
Yeah, like they have it down to a few people that they
historians speculate.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 people that they speculate it could have been, but
yeah, but like who was? I want to know definitely. Because I'm a nosy person.
Well,
I don't want to know any great truths, but I want to know every little detail about people.
Preceding Jack the Ripper, there was another Victorian Jack that we never really were sure what or who they were, and that was Spring-Heeled Jack.
Forget about him.
Yeah. What was Spring-Heeled Jack? Was it really just some guy on stilts who people exaggerated what he was doing, or what?
I don't know. Never trust the English.
Never trust the English, especially in the 1800s. And that
was a bad time for English. I'm sorry, English people.
Yeah, we always have like this picture of the Victorians being all prim and proper, but man, that time frame was just a shithole.
That was, I believe, at that time period, there was a group of Welsh people who used to go around wearing women's clothes to get away with crime.
Yeah,
that was it. That's the end of that story. They just wear women's clothes, commit crimes, and then be like, "Wasn't us, officer. We're men."
Yeah, damn women's always doing those crimes.
I mean, these were like political crimes. They were attacking like toll booths.
Squishy.
But just again, don't like the boo English.
Boo English.
I have no actual hatred for the English.
I mean, everybody should have. There's no such thing as
just a little hatred for the English.
There's no such thing as an irrational hatred of the English.
Yeah, true.
No offense to my English friends, but I mean,
a little offense to my English friends.
I think even my English friends are like, yeah, we get it.
It's one of those things. Like if you grew up in Ireland, Scotland, where you just kind of have this ingrained in your head that you just joke about England, and England jokes about you, and then sometimes you meet people who aren't really aware of it, and you kind of have to be like, I don't actually hate the English.
On average, every 7 days, a country celebrates its independence from England.
I envy them countries. I envy them.
Don't envy
It's
the
one of the-
United States, which
No, I don't envy the United States. It's one of the jokes that people like some of my English friends make. Like, yes, the United Kingdom. We didn't unite it by choice.
yeah.
There was a lot of threats involved in that uniting.
Don't worry, Brexit will sort everything else out at some point.
No, please, please. I don't want to leave Europe. I miss it.
No, it says
They got
like
it
there was
free.
rumors that like Scotland and Wales and like Northern Ireland was going
Oh,
to
we
join
tried.
Ireland. Scotland and Wales are going to leave and join the EU and leave England on its own.
Yeah, we tried. It didn't work.
Yeah.
England stopped us, and I think Scotland was the only country who actually had the public kind of have the census of like, yeah, we'd leave.
Yeah. Well, I
'Cause
mean,
England and Ireland
Scotland
is more...
overwhelmingly voted stay in the referendum.
Oh, everywhere did.
Yeah. And then London ruined everything because we don't like that there's too many dark-skinned people around, so we're going to destroy our country's economy to keep them out. And
The biggest thing that happened is that was everyone thought it was such an easy vote. Like, why on earth would we ever leave? That no one paid much attention to it.
yeah.
And then, like 2 days before the vote happened, we all got told that we were going to be sent like impartial documents with all the facts. And then the day before we were meant to get those documents, the Leave Party sent documents with lies and slander and propaganda, and in very small writing in one of the corners, paid for by that party. So people got that, thought that was the facts. I'm like, oh god, yeah, why are we staying? This is horrible. And then voted to leave.
Yeah, it's just a mess.
It was a mess. I hate it. It did not go well.
Well, now a lot of people who
Like
were
most countries in
leaving
the
are now
moment.
sowing.
The UK is a mess.
The whole world's a goddamn mess right now.
Yeah. Sweden is fine. Sweden's doing great.
Sweden's fine.
No judgment in Sweden.
Yeah.
Miss you, Sweden. Everywhere else, it's a mess.
Well, next question. So what's the worst scuff or technical malfunction you've ever had on stream?
I won't stream for an hour and a half muted.
Yeah, that'll happen. Luckily, I've got Hasio to let me know if I'm muted.
I had people in the chat. No one told me I was muted. They all just thought I was being quiet.
Oh, come on, Crow's chat. You guys, come on.
It was very early on, so I didn't have like the biggest amount of people, but I had people there. And even like new people were popping in, like, "Oh, hi! I came in to stop in because like you're at my stream." Like, yeah, hi. And I was talking to them, and they just okay, well, their eyes are lurking. They said hi and said goodbye. That's fine. And I was talking. I don't shut up. It's an issue. I don't.
But you were also
stop
PNG
talking.
tubing at the time, so you didn't
Yeah.
have a model that was moving around with no
Exactly.
sound coming out. Yeah.
So everyone just thought I was like playing the game with either playing with no voice, or was just being really quiet. And then someone just came in and like an hour, I think it was like closer to 2 hours, and was just like, just so you know, if you're like trying to talk, we can't hear you. And I was like, I've been muted the entire time.
Oh no.
I've been talking the entire time. I was like, I'm so sorry. And I like went through the people who like came in and tried to talk to me, and from their perspective, I ignored. And some of them were still there. I'm like, yeah, we just thought you were being quiet. I'm like, I'm never quiet.
No.
I don't stop.
The worst
I talk
thing
in
a
my
streamer
sleep,
can-
for goddammit. I don't stop.
The worst thing a streamer can do is be quiet. The
Yeah.
whole point is to be talking.
Like I get with like you're concentrating like art streams, and some people do those and like they're just in text chat, but they're still there. They still respond. They still read and do stuff.
Yep.
They were just there for like hour and a half to 2 hours, just no talking,
Well, hopefully it won't happen
but
again.
talking to everyone. But that was like very early on, so you know, you live, you learn. I now know to check the red light is off.
Yes, check the light. All right. Well, you said you didn't have favorites, but maybe there's at least stuff that you've consumed over and over. So
I
you had to
studied
live
for
the
this
rest of
one.
your
I was
life, and you
prepared
only
for this
had
one.
one movie, one music album, and one book to keep you entertained for forever. What would they be?
Movie I spent forever on and could not decide. But album hold on, let me get it up because again I never remember names, but I have it prepared.
it the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas album?
Damn it! How did you know?
Ah, little bird told me.
Was you that little bird?
No.
Oh.
I'm a big bird.
The album is Fits of Laughter by Bendigo Fletcher.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's not the biggest band, but I've learned of them fairly recently and haven't been able to stop since. When Spotify, what's it called? Spotify, the thing where it tells you about all the things you did that year and what you'd listen to. And it's like, hey, you know that band you only discovered this year? Well, you're 0.5% of their top fan base now. I'm like, oh. Uh-oh.
I mean, that happens with small bands.
Yeah. That's a lot of mine. Is I just find these small bands like, hey, you're their top fan. I'm like, I feel like that's because no one else knows they exist. Like, they're great, but I don't feel like I listen to them that much. Maybe I do.
I mean, there's some bands that are like that with me. I bet if I use Spotify, I bet there's a band that like I'd be on their top groups with because of how much I listened to the new album this year. But yeah, it is what it is. I
think it also helps with how much I just listen to music just passively throughout my day. I may not even know what's playing, but it's playing. Like, I need sound at all times.
Sound. So much sound. Constant
so much sound. All the sound.
All the sound. How about a book?
I'm getting my list with all the titles. Because I don't want to get it right. The Amazing Maurice.
The Amazing
from
Maurice.
Terry Pratchett.
Yeah. Another one I'm not familiar with. What's it about?
Basically, are you aware of Terry Pratchett and his Discworld?
Yes. I have not read them, but I am familiar with them.
Yeah. There's a cat and a bunch of mice. Or rats, sorry. Yeah, yes, that's another title for it. I think in America it's called... it has two different titles, but it's the same book.
Ah.
But rats, and this cat. Basically, a wizard is dumping magical goo into his trash. The rats eat it and get intelligent. The cat eats the rats and gets intelligent. They stop eating the rats when he gains intelligence. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I now know better. I should not eat other intelligent creatures. I'm so sorry about this. And they go around. They find a lovely little farm boy who can play the flute, and they start conning towns. And they just go around being like the Pied Piper, where the rats will go in and do rat things, and then about a week later, the cat and the boy will show up and claim that it's him with his magic pipe that can lure all the rats away, and not that they're intelligent and in on it. It's like there's a lot more. It's a lot good. All the mice have got like stupid names of like things that they first learned to read. Like one of the main characters is called like Danger Bean. It's just like random words that they've read off trash.
Huh.
But it's a really good book, and I'm just a fan of Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite Terry Pratchett books, and I've read most of them.
All right.
But yeah, if you like Terry Pratchett and if you haven't read that one, I fully recommend it. And if you haven't read Terry Pratchett and want to start, I still recommend that one.
All right. But you said you didn't have a movie, though.
Yeah, I tried. I tried real hard to think of a movie, and I just couldn't. Couldn't think of one that I really just love that much.
What movie would you say would do you have any idea of what movie maybe you've seen the most already?
No. I really struggle with favorites. It's a chronic thing. I just don't. Like, TV shows I could do, because I know, like, some of my favorite TV shows, like Avatar: Last Airbender, but I couldn't pick a film. And I was sat there for ages trying to prepare for this, because I knew it was like, okay, favorites.
So your favorite movie is M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. Got it.
Yes. Something to fill me with rage while I'm on this island.
Motivate.
But I just couldn't think of a film that I could honestly, like, not even, I tried to even think of it, like, not even favorite, like, what could I rewatch constantly if I'm just stuck on this island? And I was like, I can't.
You like variety. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do too.
How did I wake up that day is entirely changes what I like that day.
That's a good way to live life. It's the spice of life.
Yeah, I just never in my life. It's not even me being fussy. I've just never been able to pick a favorite.
Nah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I spoke to my like mum about it like earlier this year. Like, did I have a favorite like color as a kid? And I was like, no. You always had at least two.
Look, On Corvus
Okay.
Twig's 13 questions, there are no wrong answers unless you say Valentine's Day for favorite holiday.
What about Valentine's Day for favorite color?
It's not a color. It's a holiday.
Okay, what about Valentine's Day for favorite film? There's probably a film called Valentine's Day.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
I don't even know what that film
nonsense
is.
answers, I guess, notwithstanding.
No.
You got me.
But there's a lot
You
of good
got me.
films. I physically couldn't. Like, you could put any film in front of me and I'd watch it.
Okay.
One movie I'd take this round down and just any. Just give me any.
Okay. I'd have to have you on my new movie show some point. And maybe you'll pick a movie you've never seen. And then we'll all discover it together.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I find it funny because I watch a lot of films. I'm indifferent to most of them. I like watching bad films because then I can also be like, well, that was a bad film, but, or even just laugh at how bad it was sometimes, or like find that entertaining in its own special way.
There can be bad movies that are still in, the only true sin a movie can do is be boring.
Yeah. It's like, one of my favorite films for the longest time was something called Sharknado. And it's a bad film, but they knew it was a bad film, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah, Sharknado is one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I think I prefer like the bad B movies that are unintentionally bad. They knew exactly what they were making with Sharknado, but Sharknado is at least over the top enough that it's a fun watch.
Yeah, I meant Land Shark. I don't know why I said Sharknado.
Oh, Land Shark. Yes, Land Shark's quite different than Sharknado.
Yeah, that one I don't think is trying to be as joke. Like Sharknado is very much on like the scary movie side of it. Like there was nothing but jokes in that.
Yeah.
Land Shark, I swear they were trying to make a somewhat serious film, and there's a shark flopping around on land. No.
It's great.
It's not scary. It's just a shark on land. That's not what. That's not the place you'd be scared of sharks.
All right. So, what advice would you give yourself before the first time you ever streamed?
Just do it already.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. It's good advice. Just do it.
I myself and some people I know, like I know some people like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming, but I need to do this, and that first, and like I'm gonna do that, and I need to get ready, and like I need to, like no, just do it.
Just do it.
You don't need any of that stuff. You just do it whenever you feel like doing it.
Yeah, and you'll start to build up skills and stuff over time.
Like
you think this Sunday Dusk set was built in a day? Oh no. Oh no.
Built in 2.
Built in 2 days, yes. 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days.
But yeah, I know some people now who are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream, but like sometimes they've got reasons like, oh, I'm waiting for like this work, my current job to finish so I have more time. Like, yeah, fine. There are legit reasons to not start streaming. But I know some people who have gone for like a year of bit by bit debuting like bits of their model and like building up a thing and like building up a following before they even did their first stream. And like, yeah, that works. And you have reasons for doing it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it that way. But just don't stop yourself streaming. If you want to stream. Don't believe that you have to have a model or whatever. I had someone draw a picture of a crow and I was like, yeah, do you mind if I use that? And they were like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's a cute crow. I like that picture.
Some people have drawn amazing pictures. Like, it's great. Artists are great.
They are.
10 out of 10 would kidnap all artists and just keep them fed and stuff. It's like the thing people used to do in like olden days of like, oh yes, I'm so rich. Here's my artist. I keep him well fed and clean. Like you just have an artist live in your house. I'd do that if I was rich. Just sugar daddy a bunch of artists so they can just focus on doing art.
That'd be amazing to be able to afford that.
Yeah, it'd be amazing to be rich. Oh, imagine being rich. Imagine being rich.
All right, we have one more question. And I know you said you don't do favorites, but it's a very important favorites question.
Yeah, trying. I've studied for this.
Come on, what's your favorite bird?
Dog.
Dog is not bird. Dog is
Damn.
dog.
I actually really like swallows.
Ah, swallows are wonderful.
My love of crows grew a lot stronger when I started doing this because I just kept getting crow things, and now I love crows.
Crows are so great. You're the best.
I didn't dislike crows, but now they're up there.
They're up there. Swallows are really neat, though. Love watching them fly around and.
Well, yeah, that was why
Yeah.
Well, that was why I used to like just sitting around and watching them do like their air acrobatics. And
Well,
like sometimes I used to drive the farm roads and they would like play around the cars you were driving. And it was fun. It was great.
my sister has a cabin right on a lake, and they're right by a place where like hundreds of swallows nest, and like every
Yeah.
night in the summer the swallows are just flying around, especially around the water and stuff, just going around and feasting. But then also once it gets a little past sundown, then there's bats flying around. But also during the day there's tons of dragonflies around, so despite
Yeah.
being right on a lake, there's almost no mosquitoes because the swallows and the bats and the dragonflies.
Well, that was it. That's what it was like growing on the farm. Minus the fact that we don't really get mosquitoes, so that's why there were no mosquitoes. But we had dragonflies because like all the fields are surrounded by I don't know the English word for it. Like a moat. Like all our fields had like moats around them to stop the animals getting out, like moats and then hedges.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know the English word for it. There is one, I just don't know it. So there were like lots of dragonflies and damselflies and a bunch of those kind of very pretty insects to see. At nights we had like a mass amount of bats, and in the days you'd have so much swallows doing all those like patterns you could see them from like miles,
Yeah, it's always cool seeing them
like
do that.
feeding off all the little insects that were just in the grass. It was great. And then you had cows just mooing at you because they're friendly. Who doesn't like a good cow?
Oh, I like cows.
Like look at Bentai. Who doesn't like Bentai?
Bentai's great.
It's legally obligated that you like Bentai.
It's true. Bentai is super likable. There we go. Getting the moo in chat. All right, love it. Ow. Okay, well, that ends the 13 questions, and so now, since we were talking about a bird,
Survived.
it's time for. No, you don't, Dre. You like Bentai. We know that. But anyway,
Everyone likes Bentai. You have no choice in this.
it's time for the most important segment of the day. It's time for Bird of the Day.
Bird of the me.
All right, let's switch around. You get over where I am. I'm gonna go over here.
Why you know what?
There you go. Yeah, you got it. All right, cool. Well, I asked you what you thought your best bird of the day was going to be, and you gave me a suggestion, and I thought you were insulting me. I'm like, I just asked for a bird of the day. Why are you calling me that? And then I realized that wasn't
It
an
was
insult.
the bird.
It was the bird. Today's bird of the day is a yellow-bellied sapsucker. Look at this yellow-bellied sapsucker. He's
Bird.
such a coward, and he's sucking sap. Look at him. Look at him, a smug little guy. Look at the holes in that
Hello.
tree. Look at
Yeah,
made
he's
those
going.
holes.
He's gone to work on that tree.
That guy's been doing some work.
Like he's clocked in at 9 and he ain't leaving till he's done.
Yeah. He got a little bug in his mouth, but also sap, you know. Man, just a devastating little bird. Poor tree. Poor tree.
Very poor tree. I'm very curious on how long it took the bird to do that. Because like, how long it took him to do that very much makes me either terrified or fine.
Yeah. How
Like,
dedicated
that took him an
is this?
hour. I'm like, what? Don't let him near any trees ever.
I have a feeling this is several weeks worth of work. Like,
I
maybe he
hope
does
so.
like a hole a day to try and get the sap out of that hole, and just, I don't
A
know.
hole a day keeps the corvids away.
Yeah. Well, these are. Hey, where's the map? I thought I put a map on there.
No map for you.
No map.
These birds
for
don't
me.
exist.
Well, these guys are about 7.5 to 8.5 inches long, and 13.5 to 15.5 inch wingspan. So, I mean, that's gonna put them like, you know, well, American robin sized. I don't know what an equivalent sized bird over in. Do you even know what an inch is?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. They only weigh about 1.7 ounces, and they live 6 to 7 years. And obviously, they are called a yellow belly sapsucker because, well, they
Cowards.
You see, got a little. Well, no, it's because they got a little bit of yellow on their belly. And yeah, you see it there. So they're mostly black, white, and red. Like most, like, hey, I guess we didn't say this earlier. They're a type of woodpecker.
Oh yeah.
Could you guess that?
That just something gave that away.
Could you guess
This
that?
one hasn't got like the red crest like the other one did.
Probably because this one is a female.
Oh.
So
They have
the
got, like, a
big
very
red
striking
crest on the
puff of
head
yellow.
is the males, and the females still have a little bit of red on their heads, but not as much. The males have
feel like
more
a little
reds than the
feather.
females. So this little sapsucker right here is a lady. But yeah, they're
Following the
very
bird
similar in
trend of
appearance
men
to the
colourful.
downy woodpecker, the northern woodpecker, but with a little bit of extra yellow. Now, if you're
Very
wondering
striking yellow
where do they
temperature.
live, since they don't have the map, well, they are going to be basically they are a North American bird, and their breeding season is going to have them up in Canada and some parts of the northern U.S., so like in North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, New York, Maine, Vermont, those areas there. And they're actually going to cover most of Canada. Like, literally, there's even like little bits of the breeding area in little bits of Alaska, all the way over to Prince Edward Island. So,
Damn, so,
lots.
like,
Yeah,
super wide range.
they're in almost every territory of Canada, territory
Are
and
they, like-
province.
Common, or they just have a very large area?
Very large area. Well, then they also have, during the non-breeding season, where they spend the winters, they're going to hang out in the southeastern United States, but also down in eastern Mexico, down into the Yucatan. You'll even see some of them in Cuba and, the island of Dominica and Hispaniola, and even all the way down to Panama. And then there's a kind of a
Nothing
yellow
along, like, I
stripe
know
in the
where the
middle that
places are.
includes like Iowa and Illinois, kind of a little stripe through there. And that's a migration season area. So if you're in the southeastern United States or Mexico right now, you might be seeing these fellas. But you're not going to see them up in Minnesota right now. It's way past breeding season. Way past breeding season. So, yes, they are migratory birds. So,
They're very nice birds.
yep. So, as you can see there, so, like in this picture here, the top picture is a male. The little guy sticking his head out of the tree there is a male. And the one who's kind of clinging to the tree is a female. Because you notice how the males have so much more red on them? That's how you
Yeah.
tell the difference.
I don't know if it's the photo, but they also seem to have more yellow.
Yeah, a little bit more yellow. A little bit more yellow. I mean, that's true for a lot of birds that, you
Men got to be flashy.
Gotta be flashy, because that's kind of how they do it. They being colorful, and also, so here's one of the things. The males, one of the ways that they attract the female is by making a suitable nest. So they'll find a tree, and that hole that guy's sticking his head out of, that wasn't a hole that was already in the tree. He made that. 2 weeks of dedicated work of pecking and throwing out the sawdust. They make a hole in a tree, and the females will be like, I'm looking for a place to lay my eggs. Ooh, you got a nice hole there, buddy. And he'll show off his hole and show off his feathers, and then once they mate, they are going to, become a
Have
pair
eggs.
for the season. Now, most of the time, they find a new mate every single season, but it has been observed. It's not rare, but it's not common either. So just kind of every
It
once in a while,
happens.
you're going to see them. The male and the females will repeat courtship over the same year.
See,
And
that
they've
makes
been
me
able-
curious. Like, is that just a case of they just happen to find each other and happen to float each other again, or
Yeah, kind of. Because
You know, you
during the
never know.
migration season, they kind of go apart, but then they're going to go back to where they were, and they might run into each other again. It's like, oh my God, Daryl, Karen, we had such great babies last year. We should do that again. Yeah. And yeah,
I like the reenactment of bird floating?
yeah, it's
10 out of
how it
10.
works. How it works.
Yeah. Can confirm.
So yeah, the male's gonna do most of it in terms of carving it out, and then the female's gonna lay 4 to 7 eggs inside of there in their little nest. And while the eggs are there, both parents are gonna take turns incubating. So dad incubates while mom's eating, and vice versa. And once the babies are born, both parents are going to bring food to the little fellers and feed them. So that's nice. Good parenting from both parents. We like to see that. And apparently, while the chicks are hatching, if it starts to get crowded in there, the male will make the house bigger Like, do some renovations. Like, oh, we got more kids than we thought. Time to do some renovations around here. I think I'm going to add a second wing to this nest.
It gets really excited. Oh boy, extension! Extension!
Yes.
Gets out of conservatory!
You were saying that we didn't need another room, honey. Well, we need another room. I'm gonna dig another room, and meanwhile,
I'm gonna headbutt
she's just sitting there
ensuite.
trying to take care of the kids, and he's sitting there loudly hammering his head against the house. It's gotta be quite annoying. But
It's like the trade-off. Like, you can build your own house in 2 weeks, but you do have to headbutt the house into existence.
yeah, but I mean, they're woodpeckers. It's what they do. Now I don't have it on here because we've covered woodpeckers in the past before, but we'll mention it again. That like woodpeckers have a different biology in their skulls.
The tongue depressor.
Yeah, their tongue
Hector.
works as literally like a shock absorber for their brain. It's weird, but it works.
It's cool how it works until you start considering that their tongue, not physically, but does wrap around their brain, and then that upsets me.
Yeah, it's like they're able to just slam their head against something all day and not get a headache. It's pretty impressive. But yes, as we said starting this one, their common name does make for an excellent insult. I mean, come on, calling somebody a yellow belly sapsucker, it's just great.
It's
great insult.
honestly why I chose it, because it sounds like an insult someone would yell in like Prohibition times.
Yeah,
Just that kind
you
of
yellow bellied sapsucker.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I loved it for that, and I was like, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
being half a bird. I want to know more about this bird.
Mm-hmm. But of course, saying
how
somebody
better
is
to learn about
yellow-bellied implies cowardice. Well, it turns out these guys are not cowards at all. They will attack animals much, much larger than they are in order to defend their territories.
Oh, I love
They're aggressive little guys. They will drive off other birds and other animals that they think might be getting in on their food or their territory, or might be a threat to their babies. These guys are anything but yellow-bellied when it comes to temperament. That's
And I changed my answer about favorite bird earlier. I want these now.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I've never seen a yellow-bellied sapsucker VTuber. I'd like to see that,
Yeah, there's a lot of like variation of birds you just haven't seen. Like, I know a lot of crows. I know no yellow-bellied sapsuckers. Where are my yellow-bellied sapsuckers?
I don't
at?
think I've seen a single woodpecker of any type VTuber.
Where's
something out there.
sapsucker VT? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you go into the bird server, and it's just like corvid, parrot, corvid, owl, parrot, owl, duck, chicken, owl, corvid. It's I'm not wrong,
There's a lot of
Dreyfrig. You know I'm not
There's
wrong.
a lot of corvids. There are some other birds. It's mostly corvids.
We
I
had a
know like
woodpecker
one
upon a time that
pigeon.
They left.
Yeah,
I
there's,
mean,
like, one
okay, there's
pigeon.
one secretary bird. She's not really active in it, but we do love Kira.
We love Kira.
Kira's
I don't like. I'll admit, I don't like so. There's too much going on. I can't keep up. They scare me.
All right. Well, these guys, they are omnivorous, but much like their name implies, when they're digging their holes in the trees, they're more going for sap than they are for insects. Now, don't get me wrong. They find a bug in there, they'll be like, sweet. If they find
treat.
sap and the sap drips onto a bug, oh, chef's kiss for these guys.
Gourmet birds.
Like, can you imagine? Like, you want like candy coated proteins? Oh, that's like that's their absolute favorite. That's got to be the best thing to do. But sap makes up like 70% of their diet, and then they also have like fruits and nuts, and the occasional insect too. So get a little bit of protein. They especially like to go for the insects during the season when their babies are going, because they like to feed insects to their babies, because that good protein that's needed for a little baby bird to grow up nice, big, and strong. Yes. Very nice. Now you see that we saw the patterns in the trees. Well, that's a specific thing that they do to encourage sap flow. And I don't know how it works, but they make patterns and holes in specific ways that somehow maximizes their ability to get sap out of that tree. That's kind of impressive. I gotta.
This is why I love nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't learn that if I tried, and yet birds just no. They just know.
Now, another thing about these guys is that apparently their tapping patterns are very distinct. I can't tell you what they were. I looked for information. I tried to find a video of this. Couldn't find it. But apparently, according to ornithologists, and I found the factoid on several different sources, but saying that their tapping pattern is very different than other woodpeckers, and that a trained ornithologist or birdwatcher can identify them simply by the sound of and the pattern of their tapping. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. But like all woodpeckers, they can be kind of a pest, because you might have nice trees in your yard and you might have nice wood siding on your house, and woodpeckers are notorious for being like, bong, 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 there's a hole in your shit now. Deal with it. Bye. But
It's okay. They're cute.
But fortunately for them, they are protected by the Migratory Bird Act, and it is illegal to hunt or kill one of these guys. They are protected. And because of that protected status, they are a species of least concern. Their populations have remained stable or grown, so they are not in threat of being extinct. And as long as we keep having trees, these guys are going to be doing just fine. Yay! Which is good, because they are awfully cute.
I do. They look adorable.
Yeah. Well, the one on the right there is a juvenile. Isn't that cute? He's like,
He's so
Dad,
fluffy.
Dad, can I have an insect, please? Dad,
No,
Dad.
you haven't eaten your sap yet.
And Dad's just sort of like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Eat your sap and then you can have the insect.
Yeah. But yeah, my thoughts, I like these little guys. They're very pretty little birds, cute, very super cute. I like that they have kind of their own unique ways of getting food and stuff. I think that's pretty neat. I would not want one as a neighbor, because all that constant banging would be annoying as hell.
Oh, yeah, woodpecker's lovely. Never have one as a neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. You you see them while you're out birding. Maybe not want to have one on the side of your house, putting holes in your house. But they're good birds. I like them. I'd say... What?
I don't want to imagine living and having just woodpeckers just waking up, and that does not sound like a pleasant existence.
No, it does. So maybe they're like a B+ bird.
Yeah.
Good bird. I like them. I hope you like them. I hope you liked learning about them. And so we're going to call this bird of the day done. Let's head back to the studio. We don't need any music. Okay. Hey, get back on your couch.
Getting there.
Now, this is the time of our show where we would go and have you play a game. And don't worry, you're still going to play a game. But we've got something very important happening. 3 weeks from today, on December 31st, we will be doing a Goose Duck. Yeah, it's Goose Duck collaboration. I've already invited a bunch of people. However, the day of, anybody wants to join in, we got space for it. Honk. We're going to, play some Goose Duck. But before that, we will be crowning a very important award. And that award is the Corvus Twig Bird of the Year Award. Now, Bird of the Year goes to not a species of bird, but an individual bird. And today, we are... Hi, Gilbert! Today, we are going to announce the nominees for Bird of the Year. And Farmyard, you get to hang out with me and learn about...
I helped.
We have 4 birds who could possibly win the Bird of the Year. These are birds that have made a mark on the world in 2023. So let me tell you about our nominees for Bird of the Year. Our first nominee is Flacco, the Eurasian eagle owl. Now, Flacco was a resident of the Central Park Zoo in New York City. And one day back in February, some vandals messed with his cage and left it a little bit damaged. Well, Flacco, we don't have it confirmed. Some suspect that Flacco may have, been working with people on the outside. This may have been intentional. Flacco's a real boss bird. He might have organized this whole thing, but that cage was damaged.
A bird mafia.
And Flacco was able to escape from his enclosure. And now he's out. And ever since he escaped, oh yes, the NYPD, the Popo, and the forest rangers and the people from the zoo, they've been trying to recapture Flacco. And they'd be like, let's leave some food in a trap. And Flacco didn't fall for it. Let's try and lure him out. He didn't fall for it. Flacco was on to them. Every single trick that they came up with, Flacco was 2 steps ahead of them. Flacco has remained loose and free since then.
FBI's most wanted.
Yeah. Now, they were worried that maybe Flacco, who was raised in captivity, wouldn't be able to survive out there, but no. This bird was far more street smart than they thought, and Flacco has been thriving, because it turns out that New York City has a crap load of rats and pigeons. And there's few things that make a better meal for a Eurasian eagle owl than rats and pigeons. So Flacco has had plenty of food from the New York City infrastructure. And now, of all the birds in New York City, Flacco is at the top of the food chain. Top bird in New York City. And everybody wants to see Flacco. Flacco's become a bit of a tourist attraction. And there's been a lot of great pictures of Flacco. And though he's not shy from the camera, he's smart enough to evade capture. So, Flacco. I mean, what an amazing bird. Great job, guy. Great job. Our next nominee is Wisdom, the Laysom Albatross. Now, what has Wisdom done that has made her... Not so much what she's done this year, although this year she was officially inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest wild bird to have ever lived. Now, Wisdom's probably not the oldest bird to have ever lived, but the oldest on record that we know of. She was banded in 1956, and back then they had a pretty good estimation that she was 5 years old. Well, that makes her 71 years old this year. 71 years old. Wait, this might be a little bit older. Wait, 71. Like 72 years old. I think she's 72 now. The article I read might have been from last year. Anyway, but the thing is, we don't know exactly how old, but we know that she's been banded for at least since 1956 and was not born in 1956 based off of her physiology when they banded her. Now, she has raised over 30 chicks to adulthood in her lifetime. She's been witnessed birthing closer to 50, but unfortunately, it's a rough world out there. It's a rough world. It's tough to have it. So she's experienced quite a bit of loss. She's lost some children. But they have actually traced her lineage, and she's got grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren. I mean, this lady... She's like the matriarch of all Laysom albatrosses. She's the wise old lady, and she's still going strong. I mean, look at her. Look how smooth and beautiful she is. God damn, I hope I look that good at 71. Holy crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Question.
We got the
How long
old
does these
granny.
birds normally live?
What's that?
How long does the albatross normally live?
Albatrosses are one of the longest living wild birds. But they typically in the wild are going to live like 45 to 55 years on average. Okay.
I was curious how much she was holding up a middle finger to time.
Oh, no, not a whole lot. I mean, albatrosses are one of the longest.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, albatrosses are one of the longest living wild birds, up there with some large parrot species,
Yeah.
But also albatrosses, once they get full size, they don't have a lot of predators.
Yeah, it's a big bird.
It's a big bird. Just don't fly too close to the surface of the ocean where you've seen orcas potting around. Then you're probably
See them
safe.
splashing? Don't go investigate. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. Just leave the orcas alone, and you're probably fine. Yeah. All right. Our next nominee is Murphy the bald eagle. Now, we've talked about Murphy on this channel before. Murphy was a rescue bird, injured in the wild and taken in, and unfortunately his injuries prevented him from ever being able to be released in the wild again. But Murphy, well, goddammit, he wanted to be a dad. He wanted to be a dad so bad that Murphy built a little nest. Now, he's not a good flyer due to his injury, so he's like, screw it, I'm building it on the ground. He gathered sticks, mud, built a little nest. And then he pushed a pretty circular rock into that nest, and that rock was his baby. And he incubated that rock for several weeks, dutifully tending to it as any eagle parent would do to an egg. But then one day, that rock disappeared. The rock had hatched, and there was a little baby eaglet there in its place. And so what happened is the people who cared for him at this bird rescue place, one day when, he was like sleeping, they snuck in there, they took the rock away, and then there was another baby eagle whose mother had died, and they put this bird into the nest, and Murphy's like, I did it! I hatched the rock! And Murphy immediately took to the baby eagle and treated it just as if it was his own child. And he raised it, he fed it. He was an excellent, excellent dad to this little baby eaglet. The eaglet didn't get a name. It was just like Eagle like X3521 or something, because this one was a healthy baby eaglet. And, back in August, little baby eagle, it was so grown up. They grow up so fast. And the little baby eagle left the nest, which is when, often they do leave the nests of their parents. And the little baby eaglet is reportedly doing just fine out in the wild. But, Murphy is the rock dad. Incubated a rock and raised a child. And now the child's free out on their own, having a good life. So good job, Murphy. You incubated a rock, and now you're a dad.
10 out of 10, best dad.
Yeah. And lastly, is one that we covered just last week. Our final nominee for Bird of the Year is Nubs the chicken. Now, Nubs, as we talked about last week, and you see on the right, had a horrible condition where terrible mites basically got into the feet, got him infected, and had to amputate him. And poor Nubs didn't have the proper feet and was not able to walk because, their feet were simply Nubs. But they didn't give up on Nubs. They brought Nubs in, and they cared for Nubs. And Nubs, we want to give you a good way of life. You just need to be able to grip the ground. So what you need is shoes. And so Nubs' owner made Nubs some shoes. And they shared those pictures of Nubs in their shoes. And soon the internet all started loving Nubs. And now Nubs, through donations and more things like that, Nubs now has over 60 pair of shoes. And Nubs is a walking, living their best life, and is a fashion model for some stylish chicken shoes. But one of the coolest things about Nubs is when Nubs was brought home, they were female presenting. They had female sex characteristics. But in their new home, Nubs started to grow some secondary sex characteristics that are exclusive to males. The crest shape, some spurs that they grew, the orientation of their tail feathers. Nubs successfully transitioned female to male. So though Nubs assigned, female at birth, Nubs is a boy. And we got a trans shoe model chicken. And that's,
we love a good trans icon.
Yeah. Absolute icon. We love Nubs the chicken. So, those are our nominees for Bird of the Year. Now, how are we going to determine who the Bird of the Year is? Well, folks, it's going to be done by a vote. And what I need you to do, I want to keep it a secret ballot. So if I do any Twitter polls or polls on my thing, people are going to see the results. But anybody and everybody is allowed to vote. And how do you vote? They just shoot me a message. Just shoot me a message saying who you vote for, and I'll keep a tally. That's all you got to do. Show me, whether it's on Discord, Twitter. I don't think Blue Sky allows for direct messages. You can send me a message on Twitch. You can send me an email at corvustwig@gmail.com. There are so many ways. So send in your vote for Bird of the Year, and I will announce the winner on December 31st. The deadline is going to be December 30th. So get your votes in and let me know who you think Bird of the Year is. I've made my vote, but my vote is just one vote. So let me know who you think should win. I'll be obviously, I'll be making a clip of this section here and putting it up on there so people can find out. Looks like Hasio's already sent his vote in. So yeah, of course, one bird, one vote. Exactly. I'll make a post in the bird server as well. Let people know. So yeah, we wanna have Bird of the Year, and I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun ceremony, and I can't wait to find out who my viewers think Bird of the Year should be.
Hell yeah, I hope to be there.
Oh yeah, I hope you're there too. All right.
I already know who I'm voting for.
All right. Well, we got one last little segment, and we're gonna have you play a little game, just a fun little game. And this is a game based off of a Jeopardy category. You ever watch Jeopardy?
Yes, kind of, technically.
Well, one of my favorite categories that is repeated is one that is called Before and After. I made a little joke here. It's like before and after. You get this crow egg, and it's me. So the way that this works...
Official baby picture.
...is I will give you a description that describes two things. And what you have to do is come up with the answer that is the combination of those two things. Now, the two things will be a phrase or, like, name. Names are pretty common in this. But basically what it'll be is it's going to be at least 2 words long each. But the last word of the first part will be the same as the first word of the second part. So, like... Well, I don't know if I could give you... I'll just give an example, and we'll have it start off and see if you can figure it out. You ready to play? You think you can do this? Think you can do this?
Ready to play? Yes. Think you can do it? No.
All right. Well, I think the first one's pretty easy to get up with. All right. It's our first clue. So, the drummer from the Beatles learns to use the Force and take down the Empire.
Silence my brain toning. I don't know the name of the drummer. I don't know the name of anyone from the Beatles.
Oh, come on. You're from the United Kingdom. All right. Well, what do you think the second part of it is?
That's the Mr. Luke Skywalker man. I think.
All right. Well, maybe once you see the answer, you'll get it. Not knowing the name of the Beatles makes it hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My brain is currently, like, I probably knew it, but now my brain's gone blank.
Well, the answer is Ringo Star Wars.
Ah.
See what I did there? So the drummer from the Beatles, Ringo Starr, learns to use the Force to take down the Empire. Star Wars.
Yeah, now I get what I'm doing now.
Yeah, Hasio got it. Hasio got it.
Honestly, Ringo's the only one I could think of. I'm like, no, he's not the drummer.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I know. It was my brain not remembering things.
So, John, do you think that Ringo Starr is the greatest drummer in the world? Ringo's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Yeah, I think that's what got me on it, because I remember that. I'm like, yeah, so he must be like the secondary drummer, right? No. It's just my brain not remembering words.
Right. But now do you get how the game works at least?
Yeah, it worked how I got it. I just couldn't think of the name of Ringo, apparently.
All right. Well, it's okay. An audience gets to play along, too. So this is the fun ones here. Play along, audience. Just don't put the answer in the... Well, maybe you can.
Send all answers directly to me. I need them.
All right. The most popular professional sports organization in the United States, in which characters such as Ari, Jinx, Ezreal, and Amumu battle for supremacy.
I'm not smart.
Well, what do you think the most popular sports league in the United States?
It's NF something, right? NFL?
All right. What do you think NFL
is that the American football
for?
thing? National Football League.
Okay.
And then National Football League of Legends?
That's correct!
Yeah!
Yay!
Trying to think how to merge them together, and I couldn't do it.
There you go. See, that's the thing is, if you can get one half of it, you've got a word from the other one. You pieced it
Yeah,
together. Good job.
my brain couldn't think how to merge them together. It's like, how do I was trying to put the square peg in the round hole, okay?
No, you got you took a little time, but you got there. You got there. But yes, the NFL
not
is by
smart.
far the most popular sports organization in the country. It's
I
not
think
even
I deserve
close.
credit for just knowing that. I don't even know how I know that.
Yeah.
Knows
All right.
that, doesn't know who Ringo is.
All right. All right. A person who is carrying a loaded firearm describes how the temperature feels due to humidity and other factors.
Person carrying a loaded fire.
I hope this is an idiom. Yeah, I don't know. I made this one a little bit earlier, not specifically for you.
I feel like this is the theme. Is I don't understand American things, and therefore just shout Wendy's.
Well, if somebody's carrying a weapon, what's a phrase you might say about them?
A shooter?
Not necessarily. Just the fact that they're holding a weapon is all you need. But now let's go to the second half.
Carrying.
How does the temperature? What's the term for how the temperature feels due to humidity and other factors? It's a
Brain
meteorological term.
I don't know meteorological terms.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're gonna get this one then.
No,
So.
I'm stuck on the gun part.
All right. Well, when somebody is holding a gun, they are said that they are packing heat.
Oh.
And
Okay.
to describe the temperature when it's really hot and humid, so the temperature might be 90 degrees, but due to high humidity, it might feel like 100 degrees outside. That's what they call the heat index. So the answer, of course, then is the packing heat index.
Okay, I got the heat index part. I did not think of packing heat, and I was stumped on gun.
Have you ever heard the phrase packing heat before?
I have, yes.
Okay.
But my brain
okay.
just couldn't think of it.
So it's not an American-centric thing. It's just you not.
I don't
remembering.
think so.
It's
I think it
okay.
might be, but there's so many American films.
Ah, all right.
My brain was just going loaded, gun, shooter, and just couldn't.
All right. The large mass of water between Asia and the Americas filled with a popular brand of cranberry juice, which you may not have over in Wales now that I...
That's currently what I'm considering. Is like I can't think of any cranberry juice that has the name of an ocean.
Well, what's the first part?
My brain wants to go Atlantic, but I also might be horribly wrong on that.
Between Asia and the Americas.
I don't know what ocean that is.
The big one.
They're all big!
The one that's as big as the other three combined.
Is it not Atlantic? I thought it was Atlantic for some
No,
reason.
Atlantic is between Europe and the Americas.
Yes. Yeah, nope.
This
Ain't
is...
gonna get it. I'm dumb.
You're not going to get it. Okay. Well, the large landmass between Asia and the Americas is the Pacific Ocean.
That makes
And
sense.
yeah, Hasio's got it. The Pacific Ocean Splash. Or Ocean Spray. Or wait, is it Ocean Splash? I think I might have typed
I don't
this.
know.
I think it is
Admittedly,
Ocean Splash.
I gave up because I had no clue about the second part. And my brain was like, I could just go through all the oceans. One of them would be correct. But I don't know cranberry brand.
No, it is Ocean Spray. I have it right. Hasio made me guess myself. It is Ocean Spray. So
God
it's
damn it,
Pacific
Hasu.
Ocean
Yeah,
Spray.
get it right.
Yeah, I had it right. I had it right. Well, Hasio's also European. Lay off of
Oh,
him.
never mind, Hasio. Yeah, I honestly didn't know ocean. I was just like, I guess. Has to be one of the oceans, right?
Yeah. All right. The people of Paris, France built an iconic structure so tall that God destroyed it and made them unable to communicate.
Okay, the first part I've got.
Okay. Well, what's the final word of it?
Tower.
Okay. Now, what's something that...
The Eiffel Tower of God?
No. No.
It's the only thing I
It's
can think of.
It's a biblical story where people built a large tower. You got that word right. And it was going to reach to the heavens, and God said the people were becoming too strong, and so he jumbled all the languages, and that explains how everybody speaks different languages.
Yeah, no, ain't gonna get it.
All right. Well, I know Hasio's got this one.
I
Correct,
do not know a
Hasio.
lot of big
It's the
stories.
Eiffel. It's the Eiffel Tower of Babel.
I should have gotten that
The
one,
Tower of
actually.
Babel.
Yeah. I don't know the story. I just know the term Tower of, like, Babel.
Well, now you know. I think the audience is doing great. The contestant,
Yeah,
maybe not so
audience,
much.
amazing. I feel like I'm just upholding my rank of lowest ever Jet Birdie score.
Yeah, yeah. All right. The iconic district of New Orleans, where Bourbon Street is located, serving a popular McDonald's burger. Again, this is I should
Something
this
Big
is-
Mac.
I'll give you a clue. It's not the Big Mac.
They have other burgers.
Yes.
Oh, it's I can't. Yeah, no, I don't know New Orleans, and your McDonald's is also different to ours.
Well, in France, it's called Royale with cheese.
We have the Chicken Royale. That is it.
I don't think you're
No,
gonna.
that's
get
not even
this one.
McDonald's. That's burger. No, that's burger. McDonald's doesn't have a Royale burger here. I don't think.
Nope. Nope. I mean, the two halves of this one come together. What if I told you that the iconic district of New Orleans where Bourbon Street is located is called the French Quarter?
French Quarter Pounder.
Correct. The French Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
the
an
French-
iconic burger from McDonald's with the quarter. That's just a burger.
The Quarter Pounder with cheese outsells the Big Mac. It is their most popular burger.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a
I
surprising
think
fact.
I found in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's the Big Mac. I honestly don't eat McDonald's, so
The
I
Big
don't
Mac
know.
is the most iconic, but in terms of sales, the Quarter Pounder outsells it.
I believe you. I just don't know stuff.
Yeah.
I survive on luck and charm alone.
It's okay. And you're being very charming. You're a wonderful guest. All right. The most famous woman driver in NASCAR and IndyCar who portrayed Jean-Luc Picard.
NASCAR is the thing where you just drive in a big circle, right?
Yes, but this woman has done NASCAR as well as IndyCar.
I have no clue what IndyCar is.
It's basically Formula One, but American.
Got it.
I mean, there's slight differences in the cars, but Indy cars are much closer to Formula One cars than they are to other types of racing cars.
I feel like next time I'm here, I need an American whispering in my ear.
Okay, well, do you know who portrayed Jean-Luc Picard?
Kind of. Yes, but I don't remember his name.
Jesus Christ. Well, I give you 0% chance of getting this one then, so
Nope.
I might as well review it. Bentai, do you know the answer? I feel like Bentai knows the answer.
Yeah, my brain's like I remembered his name is Patrick Stewart, but I do not know.
Okay,
the NASCAR
well,
bit.
Hasio, you're right. It is Patrick Stewart in the second half.
There you go. Okay, I did remember his
But
name.
Bentai's got it. It is Danica Patrick Stewart. Danica Patrick.
I remembered Patrick Stewart by the end. I would never have guessed the first part.
Yeah. She's pretty famous. I mean, she's been in a lot of commercials and other TV stuff. So, yeah, she's like, I don't watch
Commercials we have
racing.
in the UK.
I don't watch racing, and I still knew who she was. But I realized that I've made way too much of a U.S. centric quiz here. So,
Everyone here is US except me and Hasio because we're special.
yeah, pretty much. All right. An actor who was such things as Fresh Off the Boat, Always Be My Maybe, and Ant-Man 2, who owns the second most valuable property in Monopoly, which pairs with Boardwalk. I'm guessing you don't know actors too well.
I don't. I'm not very
I'll
good
give
at
you a
people
clue.
names.
This actor
It's the
is...
second part that's actually stumping me more than anything, I think.
Oh, well, what are the two properties in Monopoly that pair up together as the highest valued one? You got Boardwalk, and the names for Monopoly are different in each country. God damn it! Me just doing a... Would it help if I told you the actor was Korean American?
Yeah, that was the actor I was guessing because I knew two of those films. It's like, okay, it's probably that person.
Yeah, he plays the FBI agent.
Yeah, because I was thinking
Ant-Man
he's
2.
like my brain was trying to like I remember his name for a while because of he's in a lot of the Marvel films.
Well, what are some common Korean surnames that you know of?
Is it Central Park? Is that the second one?
Now the second one's you got the word park.
Well, I know his name is
the word park is your link word.
Yeah, that's why I guess Central Park because I know his name is it pronounced Randall?
Randall Park. All right, you got Randall Park.
I couldn't remember his name that well. I just remember Park. I was trying to guess anything has Park.
Well, I guess it's different in Wales, but no, the correct answer is Randall Park Place.
Park
Place
Place
is a Monopoly property. It must be called something different in Europe.
Honestly, I'll admit it probably doesn't help that when we played Monopoly growing up, we had a novelty board that was all Welsh places in Welsh. So
it's Park Lane in the UK. Okay.
That one is entirely my own fault for only playing Welsh Monopoly and novelty nerd Monopolies.
Well, honestly, nobody should play any version of Monopoly because it's a terrible
Monopoly
game.
is not good.
It's such a bad
Monopoly,
game.
Horrible game.
Like, yeah.
There are so many good games out there. Monopoly is not one of them.
No.
Which is stupid because it has a monopoly on board games.
Mm-hmm. All right. This one, I think you might be able to get. An ABBA song about a young performer who is England's longest reigning monarch.
I don't know who our longest reigning monarch is.
Well, she only died, like, last year.
Is she the longest reigning monarch? Really? Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah. So what's the ABBA song?
I don't know.
Well, what's the first word of the second part of it?
Queen. Dancing Queen.
All right, so give me the full answer.
Dancing Queen Elizabeth.
Yay! You got it!
It helps when you have the second one. My brain was just like, how do I link I wasn't thinking Queen. My brain was just going Elizabeth.
She is officially Queen Elizabeth II, but I wasn't going to require you to get the second in there.
But yeah, my brain was just going Elizabeth II. Like, what song has Elizabeth in it?
Yes. Queen.
My literal brain does not work at this game, but I knew that coming in, and I was like, fuck it, let's go.
Well, I gave you a hard game. It's okay. You're doing fine. All right. Jack Black pretends to be a substitute teacher, giving lessons on a nursery rhyme about an infant in a tree.
I know it's School of Rock.
Okay.
I think it's School of Rock, anyway. Lessons of a nursery rhyme about an infant in a tree.
Don't overthink it. Think of a nursery rhyme that starts with the word rock.
Rock Little Baby?
Close enough. I'll give it to you. School of Rockabye Baby. Rockabye
this is another example
in the treetop.
I think this is another example of English is not my first language, and therefore I've never been sung that song in my life.
Okay. Well.
I'm having fun. I don't care if I'm the dumbest person here.
Whatever. I'm giving you a point for that one. Oh, hi. God damn it. Now we got Rodney here? Oh, no.
Oh, Rodney. We love Rodney.
We do love Rodney. He's just kind of showing up late into the show.
It's okay. He got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He heard how bad of a job I was doing. I was like, wow.
Oh, you went to Vegas for the Vikings game? Yeah, most boring game you've ever watched?
Vikings
until the last 2 minutes
basketball.
Of the game. It's National Football League. Come on.
I guessed.
All right.
Had to be one of them. It was either basketball or football.
Yeah. Okay. Next song. Again, one of these things is probably only named this in America. But a popular hot cocoa brand is a suspect in Clue represented by a red woman.
I'm racking my brain of like every American brand I've ever seen or heard.
It is not Nesquik.
Damn.
What do you think the second part is? Again, it's a board game and there might be different.
Yeah, because my brain is like, I'm pretty sure when I played it, it's called the Scarlet Lady.
Well, Scarlet is correct. Yeah. That's the last word, but there's the connective word you don't have.
It's not lady.
No. Scarlet is the second word.
Oh, I think it's like it's either is it just Miss Scarlet?
Yes.
So you have a
what?
cocoa brand that ends in the word Miss?
Yes, we
Chocolate
do.
Miss? Chocolate Miss Scarlet? I don't know.
Well, you probably just don't have it over there, so I don't think there's a chance you're gonna get it. It's called Swiss Miss. So we have
Yeah, we
Swiss
did
Miss
not have
Scarlet.
that.
Swiss Miss Scarlet. Yes.
I'm just gonna go
Fantastic,
to America
got
to
it.
study for the next time. I'll just be there.
Yes.
It's like I don't care about any of I don't want to go to Dollywood. I just need brands. Give me brands. Give me fast.
Brands.
Just give me all the American knowledge.
All right.
I need to be a rootin' tootin' redneck by the time I go home.
Well, we've only got 4 left. You can get through this. Get through this, buddy.
I can do it.
All right. Kermit the Frog sings a sad song about a famous Dr. Seuss book about trying new things. This is my favorite one that I came up with.
I think the second part is green eggs and ham. Sam I am.
Okay.
I think.
All right. And what's the song that Kermit sang that might end with the word green?
Kermit sings songs?
Several.
Oh, okay. So it ends up green. Did you say? So it's okay. Oh, damn it! I know this song, but I don't know what it's called. Like what it's like to be green or something like that.
Close.
I know. I've heard the song. I don't know what it's called. I just know that it has green in the name, and I'm not gonna get it.
Ah, you're so close. You're so close.
How?
Well,
Hold on. Give me.
I'll go with the answer.
Yeah, green egg.
It ain't easy being green,
That's the
eggs,
one.
and ham.
I knew I was gonna kick myself with that one because I knew that was one of the ones I knew the song, but I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah. Yeah, Bentai got it. Bentai'd be doing great.
Because
in this, I
Bentai's
bet.
smart.
Bentai's very smart, yes.
Bentai's big brain.
Yeah.
I'm the exception if all Corvids are smart. Like, Corvids are smart. I am the exception.
You are not the exception. Kyoko and Hella have got their dumb moments, too. Everyone says that I'm the only crow that actually lives up to being smart.
I have very limited interactions with Hell. I'd put them above me in the intelligence chain, but I mean, they have the intelligence of being Scottish, so.
All right. Let's see if you can maybe get
No,
this
I love
one.
Hell.
A folk trio who wrote Blowin' in the Wind, but also the original Frankenstein.
Okay, I can get this one. Give me a second to think. This is like the song that Answer My Friend is Blowing in the Wind, right?
Yeah, Blowin' in the Wind is a song. Frankenstein is a novel.
Yeah. So Blowing in the Wind was written by unless I'm thinking of like a cover was Bob Dylan.
It's not Bob Dylan. It's a folk
Then maybe I
trio,
don't
so
know
it's
this.
got 3 people.
I didn't read properly. I
Who-
just heard
who
Blowing in
wrote
the Wind and got carried
Frankenstein?
away.
Who wrote Frankenstein? Yeah, I know who wrote Frankenstein, do you?
Hmm?
Is a person third person is a woman because a woman wrote Frankenstein.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain's trying to think of the first part. Because I remember, I don't know her last name, but I'm pretty sure her first name is Mary, but that's the part I need. Or Marilyn.
Mary.
Is it Marilyn
yes,
or Mary?
Mary is our connective word.
I don't know her last name.
You don't need her last name. It's just a
Yeah,
folk-
but I've got the important part.
Yeah.
I now don't know who sings Blowing in the Wind, because I've been listening to Bob Dylan for years.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Bob Dylan wrote it or covered it, and they
I
they
feel like,
wrote it,
yeah,
but
I
Bob
think this
Dylan
is
should
something.
have covered it.
Yeah, I feel like it's something I'm gonna have to look up when this is done. It makes sense that Bob Dylan covered it. I just
Well,
now
the
curious about
trio-
who originally sang it.
The trio part is your biggest clue to the band name, and it sounds very biblical.
And it ends with Mary. Okay. Just going through like all bands that I know.
I mean, they haven't been popular since the 1960s.
But I know old bands. I think.
No, Hasio, you are not correct on that All right, we're running low on time, so
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have got it.
It is
No.
Peter, Paul, and Mary Shelley.
Yeah, no, I would have never got
Band
that.
is Peter, Paul, and Mary. And of course,
Oh.
Mary Shelley being the author of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Mary.
Frankenstein.
Oh, it's Shelley. Okay.
Mary Shelley.
I remembered Mary. I don't think I would have got Peter, Paul, and Mary. I honestly thought that was Bob Dylan. I'm learning. I'm learning about birds. I'm learning about songs. And American brands.
All right. Hard rocker Tom Morello's band is really against AI computer methods to compile data.
What?
So Tom Morello,
Yeah.
famous member of a band. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah.
And then there's an AI computer method used to compile large amounts of data. Do you know who Tom Morello is?
Yeah.
What's his band?
Rage Against the Machine. I know that part.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm thinking eternally. Like he's Rage Against the Machine. I just can't. The second part stumped me. I have no clue. AI computer methods to comprise data.
It is kind of a relatively new term.
What carries on with machine?
Well, what's another word for compiling information and, gaining that knowledge?
Rage Against the Machine learning?
Correct! Yay!
Oh, that was a shot in the dark.
There you go. It was hard to describe the term machine learning without using the word learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my brain was like, okay, yeah. So like my brain went learning. I was like, no, that's not right. And then just kept thinking for like a while there.
Yeah.
I did not think that was right at all.
All right. Well, we got one more to go.
Okay, I can do this. I have no belief in myself.
All right. Disney's most popular bird character teaches you how to protect yourself from nuclear blast in 1950s educational films.
You had films to teach you to not die from nuclear blasts?
Well, there was a particular thing that you would do in these films to protect yourself from the blast.
Is this like the joke of like hide under a desk?
Yes!
I'm stumped.
Well, okay, who's Disney's most popular bird character?
Disney's most popular. Okay, which bird characters does Disney have? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do an impression of him. His voice is impossible.
Oh yeah, my brain forgot they were Disney. Not Donald Duck, not
Yeah.
Daffy Duck.
So you got Donald
Daffy
Duck.
Duck and cover. Not Donald Duck and cover.
Donald Duck and cover is correct. Yay!
That one's stupid and I love it.
Oh, I'm glad you like all these. This is really fun. I think the audience had
These
more fun than
these
you
are
did,
really
honestly.
fun. I am kicking myself for like not knowing like things I couldn't know, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But they are like combined. That is so clever.
Well, you got 5 out of 15, which is a
I did
33%, which
better
is
than
a
I
failing
thought.
grade. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to see you after class.
That's fine. I did better than I thought. I feel like this plays to the fact that whenever any information is called upon me, I forget it immediately. You ask me my own name, I'll forget it if I'm asked.
Well, I think, you had a great attitude about it, and you had
Yeah,
fun.
you play
and
to have
that's
fun.
all
You don't
that
play to
matters.
win.
That's all that matters. So
Yeah, I had fun. I don't care if I lost.
I'm glad
I
you
don't care
had
if I-
fun, and I hope the
I
audience
like-
had fun. I hope everybody had fun. So we're going to.
I had fun. Bento did well, I don't know if they had fun, but they did really good.
Well, either way, we gotta call this stream done.
I did it! I survived!
You survived. So, well, I will have the Bird of the Year nominee video up by the end of the week, and just as I said, just DM me on Discord or any other method. I'll post some other ways to do it, and just let me know who your vote for Bird of the Year is. Next week we have Try. Cute. Another. Oh my God, we're doing like 2 Corvids in a
future
week.
wife.
2 Corvids in a row. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we love Try.
And
Try is
then
my future wife.
after that is Christmas. There'll be no show on Christmas week, but then we got our end of the year spectacular with a little Goose Goose Duck. Anybody who is watching is welcome to come join in for that. Just gonna come hang out in my server, and we'll have a room open for it. And I say just invite everybody because like I doubt we'll get up to the max number of players no matter what we do. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
You've jinxed yourself now.
And that one's going to be earlier in the day, in the afternoon. I haven't picked an exact time yet, but I think like 1 p.m. Central Time because I got a New Year's party to go to.
Around.
A bunch of us do. We got to get it wrapped up before the actual New Year's party. So we are going to get on out of here. Anything else you want to plug before we head out?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I would say thank you for having me, and I did bring you a gift.
You did bring me a gift. Why don't you show me that gift?
I brought you a gift.
Oh my God!
Somewhere
a
in my
gift.
pocket. It's here somewhere. A very big gift.
Give it to me.
It's not showing up.
A rock! A shiny
I
rock!
got you a rock!
Yeah. I will treasure it and love it.
There you go.
Mwah.
Have a rock.
Kiss the rock.
It's a nice rock.
It's a nice rock. Thank you so much for the rock. I will cherish it
Good rock.
forever. And it will be
I
added to the
spent
desk.
so long looking for nice shiny trinkets, and then eventually I just saw that rock. I was like, yeah.
All right,
Rock.
everybody. Thank you, Farmyard Crow, for joining. Thank you, everybody in the audience. We're going to
Thanks
get
for
on
having
out of
me.
here, and we're going to go say hi to Ivorus. So, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Dang, 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 dang.